チャンネル登録お願いします。Hi, I'm Great Saturn, 48 years old, Japanese poor guy, 23 time job hoppers. How are you? What's up? I'm fine. I often remember before sleeping, God appears. And God says, you make millionaire, but if give me your stuff, important stuff. About 10 years ago, I used to work at nursing house. Severely elderly handicapped person cannot move in that home. That home legally has slightly elderly handicapped person. My boss rented that home. He had to pay even it was vacant. He wanted anybody to move in as soon as possible. People with ventilators, paralyzed person, and blind person were moved in that home. They were not slightly handicapped elderly people. Severe elderly handicapped person. It's been 10 years since I quit my long-term care job. I often remember the blind person before sleeping. She moved in that home at her 85 years old. She had been blind since she was 50 years old. She remembered what and where it was. So long-term care workers have low salaries and work long hours. So many people quit soon. So they cannot hand over their duties and responsibilities to her. So rookie guys put her underwear in a different place. So she was often angry at me and other people. Her son was a good person. He came to see her once every 3 days. Some families do not come to see the situation until she dies. One day I took her for walking. It was a nice day. So I teach you how to help when you see a blind person in the city. Never hold her hand and take her. So you say, please your hand on my shoulder and take the lead. Never take her lead. She's afraid. So I took her walking. We arrived in the park. The park was surrounded by rice fields and fields. She had repeatedly asked her what was next to what was. She suddenly apologized to me. She said, took it out on you. There is also economic disparity in Japan. I often feel poor and unhappy. God appears. God says, you make millionaire, but if you give your both eyes, how do I do? She was happy because she had a good son. She had a hard life because she was blind. I often remember it can be more painful than poverty. Thank you for listening to me so far. あ、チャンネル登録わっしょいわっしょいチャンネル登録